Thieving guide, old school RuneScape, complete thieving guide. One take video. I don't need to do a lot of editing to explain this. It's very simple. Start by thieving men and women. You could find men and women all around RuneScape. I'm currently 35 thieving, but if you look at my thieving on my main account on old school RuneScape, I'm 99. You know, I've been around the block a couple times. You know, maybe not a few times, but a couple times. You know, so I pretty much know what to do, and just let me explain it. In Lumbridge, straight out of the gate, you should be getting your first like 3,000 GP from thieving men and women in basically Lumbridge, regardless. So get your 15 thieving, get up to maybe like even 20 thieving that way. You know, and then you're gonna want to head to Artie. Right, let me show you what to do. I could just show you on the world map pretty much. So getting like your 15 thieving from men and women in Lumbridge, just straight out of the gate in Lumbridge right here, you know, is going to get you those early levels and put a little bit of coinage in your pocket, you know. So then you're going to want to come over here, which is the more tedious part, and thieve from the baker's stall right here. This baker's stall in East Ardone, you know, make your way over to Camelot, you know, figure it out. You know, it's not that difficult. You got to pass through White Wolf Mountain. Other than that, you know, make your way over through Camelot into East Ardone. Real simple. You know, go through, you know, show you guys what to do. Basically, the thieving method is follow your way through the passageway, through the members gate, and through White Wolf Mountain, and bring a couple food with you through White Wolf Mountain. Come over here and thieve cakes and bread from the baker's stall over here at Ardone. And then when you hit a certain thieving level, I believe it's 15 thieving, you could thieve from the silk stall right here. So the silk stall, there's no guards or anyone around there, so you just like kind of like actually rather semi-AFK while you get to basically just kind of stand by and wait for the stall to respawn. And then you could even do a method where you go back and forth between the silk and bread stall, you know, and gain like faster XP that way. But then you get attacked by the guard all the time, and it's just kind of like tedious. So probably just, you know, spend a good like 2 hours like thieving from the silk stall, but bank all your cakes because those are going to be useful in the game. You know, probably you want to like bank all your cakes and stuff. As you guys can see, I have 9 cakes in my inventory. I have about 59 cakes in the bank. You know, cakes heal 12 hit points, but they take like 3 bites each, so they heal like 4 hit points 3 times. They're a great food to have in the bank for when, if you're after like you're banking like in between like killing monsters and stuff. You could bring them with you to more like low-level monsters, like, for example, hill giants. You know, I might bring like cakes, you know, instead of lobsters. You know, sit there and thieve like 10 inventories of cakes real quick. No big deal. Hill giants, when you're wearing full rune, you know, and rune scimitar and rune kite shield and all that good stuff, probably don't hit very high. So Anyways, when you get your 31 thieving, remember, men and women, bread stall, then the silk stall. Come over here, round like, right round these parts right here, like right north of this building right here, there's going to be a manhole. Okay, and let me show you exactly what to do. Because this part, you know, you need to know exactly pretty much what to do. You pretty much do the method that I'm doing right now all the way until your 55 thieving, which is the final form of thieving on this game. So this exact location right here, just a little bit west of the building that I was talking about, open the manhole, climb down the manhole, and just run a little bit northeast to the gate. Okay, and let me show you pretty much about 60 seconds of me doing this. So you don't gain thieving XP from going back out of the gate, pretty much. It's the 4th of July, so there's like a bunch of explosions going on outside. But you pick the lock to go through the door. Sometimes you fail. A lot of times you fail, I guess. Okay, Jagex. So it's basically just like this. Set it up exactly like this. This is the method. I discovered this method. There may be like more optimal ways to do it, but I'm just gonna do it like this. It only gets better by maybe like 5% doing it any other way, because the drop down menu, you know, it like, this is the best way. Otherwise, if you do it any other way, like let's say if you want to go through this way, you want to go through this way. Let's see, I believe I tried doing it like this before, and then you go like this, and then like, well, this way works too, I guess. It works either way, you know, it works either way. It doesn't matter. Just fix your camera like this and goddamn go for it. So that's pretty much, and then RD Nights after that. So RD Nights, you know, you got a bunch of RD Nights waltzing around Ardone, you know. Hold on, I got a genie random on my old school account over here. Free Hunter XP right there. So anyways, yeah, this method is really fast compared to thieving silk stalls. I'm gaining XP at like a pretty decent rate right now. Like, it's only taking me like a few short minutes in between levels versus like, you know, might take like 15 minutes in between levels versus like 40 minutes. So of course, you know, RD Nights. So now let me explain RD Nights. You got basically Knights of Ardone walking all around East Ardone over here, and just what you want to do is you want to find a Knight of Ardone and lure him into one of these buildings over here. A lot of people like to lure them into the bank down here. I like to lure them into one of these other buildings over here. It's pretty much the same thing, you know. Maybe the bank is like a little bit better. If you have a splasher, you should lure them into the bank over here. Splashing, I'm not sure if they even do splashing on this game. But yeah, if you have a splasher, you know, that's even better. But basically, pick a Knight of Ardone, I believe, is level, maybe level 55, and you're getting like over 100,000 thieving XP per hour, thieving Knights of Ardone, which is like really good, so so pretty much I'm just getting 41 thieving real quick so I could effectively kill chaos druids, but that's the method. That's how you train your thieving on this game. You can go straight from 30, level 1 thieving to like level 15 thieving to thieve cakes and, to thieve silk and stuff. Go from men to cakes to silk to this method to Arty Knights. And that's the entire guide on how to get 99 thieving. Or, fuck it, right? If you're feeling frisky, if you got about a year of your life to chuck into RuneScape, 2004Scape is a game that might be taken down by Jagex. Probably, you can go for like 200 mil thieving, I guess, if you want. But overall, very excited about this game coming out. It's just another version of RuneScape that I get to conquer. Getting ready to max on old school RuneScape. I'm maxed on RuneScape 3. Going for sort of a completionist on old school RuneScape, but I may just turn 2004Scape into more or less like my main. Play it as sort of like a main, like primary focus for a little while, and try to like max on here. I have pretty much ways of working on RuneScape that I could efficientize my RuneScape experience, and 2004, the guide is over, so if you're done watching the video, you can click off. I'm just going to be talking to you for just 2 more minutes. I have ways to efficientize my RuneScape experience without like compromising my sanity, and one of those ways is by having ults. So, for example, if I'm AFKing on 2004Scape, let's say if I'm going for 99 fishing, right? Fishing like perhaps fishing perhaps like I don't know, maybe lobsters, or maybe doing some trout and salmon. That was like a great way that we used to train fishing back in the day. Yeah, I've been playing RuneScape a long time, so if you started playing RuneScape in like 2013, you can't say like, I guess you can. But that's like the last hoorah for being able to say like, oh, I was playing RuneScape back in the day. No way, Jose. I started playing RuneScape in like 2003. So that to me is like back in the day. I've been playing since RuneScape Classic, okay? So, and I was there when all the main shit happened that we have today on like RuneScape 3. Is like I picked up like over almost 1,000 or maybe even over 1,000 Halloween masks that night when Halloween masks came out. I have an account out there somewhere with like 1,000 Halloween masks on it, which like I can't wait to get a hold of that account, even if I have to use my real life business to to buy like shares of Jagex just so I could enter the Jagex headquarters and look through their database to find my old account, you know, that I would do that, you know, because no one has laid hands on those items except for me. That's what I love about those items. I picked those up straight off the ground in Lumbridge and banked them in Lumbridge Castle, I believe. Like, yeah, that's what I remember. So pretty much, you know, I'm buying all Addy axes and Addy pickaxes, by the way. I will be, I guess it doesn't apply to right now, but I will be selling bowstrings for 400 each. So other than that, I'll use the marketplace. It's kind of hard to come across like Addy pickaxes and Addy axes. I buy them for like 5K each. You know, I'll buy like all your Addy axes and Addy pickaxes for 5K each. So PM me, my name is Currency, or comment on the video and let me know that you want to sell me some Addy axes and pickaxes.